You know who cannot stop claiming every mistake he makes on the former boss of our next guest, who joins us live now from Chicago. Please welcome back the fabulous, amazing former chief of staff, former Chicago mayor, former all these things, and current ABC News contributor, Rahm Emanuel. Good morning, Rahm Emanuel. There you go. Good people, you always want to announce them. And you famously said during the 2008 financial crisis that we should never allow a good crisis to go to waste. And you know who says he met the moment and prevailed. Now, I'm going to leave it to you because he accused you all of wiping out everything in the cupboards. The cupboards were bare. He was, just coming through. It was terrible. So what do you think of his assessment?
The man that should not be mentioned by name, that person. So look, here's the thing. Yeah. He won't mention. Let me say this. I said never allow a good crisis to go to waste. It's the opportunity to do the big things you never thought possible. He is wasting this moment in dramatic fashion. Everything that's happened basically is to cover up the first 8 weeks, which should have been fast and furious, became slow and sloppy. And that 8 weeks has cost America not only lives, but the capacity to have contained this early on. And what he's trying to do, and I really do wish, spend less time trying to blame people and more time trying to pull the country together and focus on solving both the healthcare crisis and the economic crisis. He has two crises he could pick from. President Obama had 5. He attacked all of them. He didn't focus on what President Bush did. He said we inherited a problem, but it was always about the future and how to get it solved. I think this is really a waste of energy and a waste of time. I understand the politics, but it's not helping the country. Look, I think the president has been incredibly restrained over 3.5 years. He's in a private call with staff. He said what he's said. But I want to be honest. A lot of other people have said publicly, not privately on a phone call, a lot worse about how Trump did this and handled this. And both President Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell are trying to cover up the fact, and it's being testified right now, that the first 8 weeks of response, denying this, telling the Chinese they were doing a good job, it's all an attempt to airbrush out of history his absolute failure to get America prepared. And if he had gone fast and furious, not slow and sloppy, we'd be in a different situation. Now, I'll give you an example. It's very simple. What the president should be doing right now is say, look, some people are splitting jobs. Give you 2 ideas. People are splitting jobs that used to be for one person, 2 people are going to handle. Rather than give you unemployment for the time you're not working, we're going to train you on cybersecurity. We're going to train you on coding. And we would come out of this crisis much better prepared for the future. Second, almost a third of all costs for major infrastructure projects are because you're working around people that are using roads, using mass transit. Given people aren't driving at that rate, we could actually be spending a ton of money and saving it, being more efficient, rebuilding our roads, our mass transit system, our schools, our water system. We're wasting this moment, and he is trying to always pit one type of American against another American, where they live, their background, their race, their income. And he has a unique opportunity to reestablish what the Americans already know. We're all neighbors. We all look out for each other. That's what the one silver lining of this moment is. We've discovered what binds us together. And rather than use that moment to take Americans together into the future, he's trying to figure out who to leave behind on a burning bridge. And it's crazy. It's a waste of presidential leadership.